They know I got them vibes, so you know them feds watching me.
They my shit with the shit. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got Rod on the scope. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
He is not on me. Now tell me, what do you see?
We send them out to the nation. LIB and I, we in the sky with this shit. Just think it came out.
See, it's 99% cap, 1% gameplay, 100% vibe. Don't bring that bullshit my way. Try your luck, go against the vibe. Where you fuck, you gon' think on my brain with the way I make them tighten up. You'll be lucky if you even score. You should read more, though I choose to live in peace. You should know I bleed war. I'm a recon man, one of the best in the sport. I keep a drone on my hip, I let it out to explore. They say the ops on the way. I see one, I know it's more. They just ran inside a building, my EMP on the floor. Make them panic, play support. Crypto going mad, they trying to figure out how I do assault damage. Real just mark the surroundings, I know they can't stand it. Murasky sending out his ghost and they don't understand it. I'm headed to the high ground
Let
to
me
get
teach you how to
overstanding.
vibe.
Now you from a distance, see your partner, they done left you stranded. Damn, you know you headed to the lobby, right? Sorry for your
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Get you some practice, or you always die. I know you doing that ping thing. They gone, made it out of sniper range. Level 1 knockdown
teach you
shield.
how to
Been 7
vibe.
minutes in the fucking game. I'm devoted. Hit you with the devotion, hear it wind up, quick motion. Now I'm headed with the wind to your partners, but I'm focused. See, Goat just hit that beast on the hunt. Ghosts is ghosts, we reloaded, blow the EMP and we done. They know I got them vibes, so you know them feds watching me.
They my shit with the shit. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got Rod on the scope. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
He is not on me. Now tell me, what do you see?
We send them out to the nation. LIB and our blood. We in the sky with this shit. Just think it came out the mud.
Yo. Hey, listen, we gotta start this stream off not normal. Just turned on my PC, was just in the Discord setting up, and we all seen that Dallas Cowboys Nealon passed away last night. So we start by hashtag LIP. If you on Kick, there's a LIP sticker, or it's a God First sticker. Either way. Now we'll start our normal intro. Cam was always first. Smoothie Lock Kick, #1 shoe plug in the city. Rent due in the building. Q. She, Mr. Bad Take.
Let
Mr.
me teach
52
you how to
Big Jeff
vibe.
in the building. B Walker, what it do, player? Everybody that's on Facebook, hit that like, share, follow, comment, tap in with us. Don't be afraid to join the conversation in the shop. If you on the purple, if you watching on Twitch, Amazon Prime, free to use once a month to sub to any content creator. Don't have to just be me. Don't let it go to waste. If you watching on the YouTube, hit that like, share, comment.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Picture. And on Kick, we're at 899 followers. Hit that
Let
follow.
me teach you how to vibe.
Up to 50 emotes you can use. You do not have to be a subscriber to use the emotes, just a follower. No ads, picture. There's 4 places that you can watch this content today. And then, of course, Instagram, TikTok. Join the Discord if you want to lock in a little bit further. Lyle Leong, what's poppin', my boy? Michael Montgomery in the building. Coop, Mr. Bop, Poe, Law, Ravens, Joe in the building. 918 Gaming. Make sure I tap into Notification Gang. I appreciate y'all being here. There's a rare daytime stream. If those who know me know, we've been doing this for a long time. Daytime used to be my time. I used to dominate the daytime airwaves, almost like a radio show. But we here.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Nonetheless, today we got a rare chance for me to tap in daytime. I didn't go live yesterday. Yesterday was my 11th.
Let me teach you
Yes,
how
I
to
said
vibe.
11th anniversary of being married, being a family man. of making her an honest woman. You know, we took a little family time yesterday, so I'm here in the daytime in the flesh. Michael Montgomery with the sub. Dragon Stickers in the chat, man. Hey,
Let me
Michael
teach you how to
Montgomery,
vibe.
He trying to get us off to. He trying to get us off to a start this month. I know we a little bit behind, but Michael Montgomery got us on the board. We on the board. Dragon Stickers in the chat. And like I said, if you don't have stickers and you watching, all you have to do is watch on Kick. 50 emotes, free to use. Just be a follower. He said, "Where is Lay Plant?" Cam was already first. He was here first. He's the first reaction to the stream.
Let me
He
teach you how to
said,
vibe.
"Udon early." They say it's AI. Early stream. CCB. Chat goat in the building. Responsible Richard, aka Ray Ray. T Stewart, what up? Man, we got some OGs in the building early. Man, hey, listen, if y'all on Facebook, man, drop y'all follow age, ! Follow age. Some of y'all been following for like 5-6 years, man. This is not a pre-recorded stream. We're here to talk about the trade deadline. We're here to talk about Mike Berganzi's wonderful press conference. And we're also here to talk about winners and losers at the trade deadline, as well as the main topic I'm here for today, NFL conspiracy theory. Let me see some crystal balls in the chat, man. Like, I got a conspiracy theory. It's a wild conspiracy theory. He said at Popeyes yesterday. I go to bed early, so you been itching. I know it. Yeah, we already did that, Rich. We did a moment of silence for Marshawn Nealon. That's tragic. We had 1,977 days, 1,937 days, 238 days. Hap, what's good? He said Baron don't mess with you. Baron Samity mess with you, man. All right, let's talk about it. First, the first conspiracy is nobody cares about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's start right there. Nobody cares about the Dallas Cowboys. We only talked about y'all because y'all got built on the primetime game the night before by the Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett that got Kyler Murray benched. And then the next day, y'all woke up and made 2 trades on the trade deadline that was kind of dry up until y'all and the Jets decided to take over the day. So we would not have been talking about the Dallas Cowboys outside of that. So that's the first conspiracy. Second conspiracy is, the big conspiracy is, I think at the beginning of the season, there's several NFL teams that purposely have been trying to throw to get a top pick in this upcoming draft. Now, let me tell y'all, never has there been a year where it's so obvious that so many teams were tanking coming into the season. My Tennessee Titans included. The Browns have 8 quarterbacks on retainer. They traded they starting quarterback to a division rival, sent Kenny Pickett. They got rid of their veterans. They haven't gave Shador any reps, and they sent Dylan Gabriel out there and had his first start overseas in the UK with a bunch of injuries. Like, why wouldn't you have Joe Flacco start the game overseas? I think they're throwing. Tennessee Titans. You come into the season, you put Tajay Spears on IR, you put Tavondre Sweat on IR, you put Jeffrey Simmons, L'Jarius Sneed on IR, Calvin Ridley. You don't call up any of your receivers from the practice squad, and every receiver you sign to the practice squad has 0 career NFL catches. Tyler Lockett has seen what's going on. He smells a smelly fish, even though he was one of the smelly fishes. He just walks off. He just, hey bro, I'm out. I'm done. Tennessee Titans got offensive linemen running routes. First and goal, they're on the 1-yard line. They're running a wildcat with Tony Pollard. Tennessee Titans threw a red zone touchdown to a tight end all month, every single game, and gets on the goal line and takes their tight ends out and puts in James Prochet and Mason Kinsey and Tony Pollard run wildcat. Every time they cross the 50, they run wildcat. So I don't know. I think they throwing. I think the New Orleans Saints is throwing. Rattler was not playing bad. Okay, you want to see Tyler Shook. So you put Tyler Shuck in, and then you send Shaheed to the Seahawks. Like, these teams are trying to ensure they get the number 1 pick. Like, does this not seem like some collusion? They haven't released the details yet, Rent. I just changed the color of the camera light in the background. Becker E2 tighten up. The Jets is throwing. I mean, like, Breece Hall wanted out. He seen the tank going. They wouldn't let Breece Hall out. You know, they ripped apart their team. Now think about this. Not only are the Jets throwing and having a fire sale, they took in the players that other teams said was the issue. A.D. Mitchell is in the doghouse in the Colts. Give me A.D. Mitchell. Jarvis Brownlee was in the doghouse with the Titans. Give me Jarvis Brownlee. It just seemed as if the players that they bringing in is like, you don't have the locker room to sustain these guys. Like, this the inmates running the asylum. Like, we can go down the list and see like these teams at the bottom of the barrel. It just seems as if these guys are purposely trying to all fight for the number 1 pick. Yeah, Breece Hall said that the Chiefs wanted a 4th round to give up a 4th round, and the Jets wanted a 3rd. They couldn't find a meeting to say between the 3rd and the 4th round pick that Breece Hall get moved. So, I mean, it's a little no. She don't be a Tennessee Titans front office water boy. Put the water pail down, sir. Breece definitely getting a franchise tag, but he don't want to be there. If I'm Breece Hall, I sit out. Unless they give him some extension. If I'm Breece Hall, I just sit out. He gets hurt and then he doesn't get a big deal in the offseason after they wouldn't trade him. That would suck. He said Brownlee would be an all-pro within 2 seasons. He would what y'all had with Sauce and having Brownlee in the slot, like, he could have been the number 1 slot cornerback in the NFL because he tackles so well in the run game. Jay Frank missed a swerve. Saints definitely tanking. Rattler was having him. Yeah, I'm saying, don't it seem like the teams that get too competitive, like they step in and say, nah, this ain't what we had. KT2, the GOAT. It seemed like teams is too competitive, so they said, man, nah. Yeah, we ain't trying to win no games. They said the Bills GM called everybody out. Man, Breece Hall on the Chiefs would have been dirty because that would have been like an upgrade from what Kareem Hunt does. He literally tweeted he wants to be with the Jets. Said the Jets need a new owner. Sorry, billionaires don't give up teams. It's a cash cow. He said, I believe the Jets, not what you saw, but either way, the Jets are trash. I'm okay with it. I mean, I knew the Titans. I told y'all preseason, at best, we win 5 games. That would be a great season, 5 or 6 games. And I said it would be an outstanding season if they played 500 ball, like 8-9 or something like that. But I wasn't optimistic about wins. Sheed is the only Titan fan I could think of in the community that thought the Titans would be good this year. I mean, you just look at the roster. There's no way you think that team was going to win games. At least I feel bad. I mean, you can see, this is the thing, though. Jets, Saints, Titans, Browns. We just hope the organization figures it out, right? Yesterday was promised that Mike Bergonzi was finally open and honest and transparent about what's been going on in Nashville, right? And what the plan is. We're good now. See, we got $100 million in free cap space. If they exercise Snead and Ridley, we'll be at like $140 million free in cap space with a 1st round, a 2nd round, a 3rd round, a 4th round, a 4th round, a 5th round, a 6th round, a 6th round, a 7th round. Like, they got a lot of movement that they can make, and they don't have any contracts that they got to worry about. Chig Okonkwo was the only person that they could potentially extend. Everybody else's contracts is up, right? So when you look at that, the Titans are in a good space. The Jets are going to have 55 draft picks in the first 2 rounds in the next couple of years. The Browns got the Jaguars draft picks coming up, and they have a lot of free cap space and things like that. Like, the teams that are bad have good. Now, the teams that should be worried is the Dolphins. You can't move Tua. You can't move Tariq Hill. The Cowboys are projected to be $80 million over the cap. They got to find a way to sign the players that they want to keep and get rid of the ones they don't. But in the case of some of these teams, you can't move Tariq Hill. You can't move Tua. Some of these contracts are contracts that are going to be very, very hard to move. So when you look at the teams like the Ravens wanted to be in a better position. Like, we know we're not in the playoff window and we're in a full rebuild. Those teams are down with us and they know they need to have a full rebuild. The Giants is the same way. The Giants have a young team and they got pieces that they can move and trade. And only thing they got to really think about re-signing is Kayvon Thibodeau, which I thought he might have got traded at the deadline, but they wanted a first for him. I don't think nobody was willing to give up a first. He said where D'Angelo, he needs to be better. Second place for trades. Can't get it done. Yeah, Jaguars done. They could. Woody Johnson uses the Jets as attack right off of Johnson & Johnson. And Amy is getting the new stadium, and they already have country music concerts sold out in the new stadium. Like, they're in Nashville. Every country music superstar on earth is going to have a concert in that stadium. Like, it's going to make money regardless. Install Shook is like #1 pick is secured. And the Titans and the Saints play each other at the end of the season. So that's going to be a tank bowl. I'm pretty sure the NFL is going to have their agents in there watching to see if there's any collusion going on. Tank each other between Tennessee, New Orleans, and the Jets. There's some other teams that's down there with us. See, the Dolphins are minus $25 million in cap, and they can't move their star players. So it'd be different if they could trade Tariq Hill or trade Tua. They can't. They're stuck. Lord Steppen, what up? Nano, just been bad your whole life, but you gotta be realistic. I'm a realistic Titan fan. The Titans went to the AFC Championship in 1920. In 2002 they went. In 99 they went to the Super Bowl. In 78 and 79. In 55 years since the merger, Tennessee Titans have been to 5 AFC Championship games. But you had to be realistic and say the Dallas Cowboys haven't been to an NFC Championship game in 30 years. The Texans have never went. So you had to look at, like, being bad or being good is relative to, can a team get to a conference championship or a Super Bowl? How many years does it take you to get to the conference championship and the Super Bowl? You might win a division. You might beat a hot team. You might have a wild card run. But how many times can your team get to a conference championship? The Steelers haven't won a playoff game in a decade, but they haven't had a losing season in 20 years. So you see them, like, they have stability, they have talent, they have a head coach, they have a front office. But at the same time, like, being good relative to modern football is, how long does it take your team to get to a conference championship or a Super Bowl? And how long does it take for you to get back? The good franchises, the Chiefs, the Eagles, these teams can consistently get back. Whether who's the quarterback, who's the coach, who's the running back, who's the receiver, who's the defensive star, they can get back. The bad teams, they take 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or never to get their team in a contending position to make a real run. So, like, all that matters is, can you put something together to make a run? The Rams made a run with Goff and Todd Gurley. They lost to Tom Brady. They traded Goff in a boatload of picks to get Stafford, brought in some veterans, won a Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Then last year, like, the Rams was right back close enough to take a throw-in chance to almost get back there. I believe in some franchises will have a fall and come back. Some teams just fall and lay down. Browns praying with everyone. Watson will be the starter next season. Gabriel might be. Bro, I've seen some people talking about Deshaun Watson coming back. I just like, man, the Browns, they just doing the Browns thing. Kyle, I spent nothing on that team. Picks and over 70 million cash fees to getting cut. How much money do you have to eat to cut Tua though? Titans are after tackle. Cam needs to be protected at all costs. Literally, but that's the problem is, for me to explain this to non-Titan aficionados, Tennessee Titans spent $82 million on a left tackle. Their left guard is a top 10 overall pick left tackle that converted to guard. They spent $60 million on the center and Lloyd Cushenberry. They spent $10 million in the offseason on a seasoned veteran, Kevin Zeitler, at right guard, and their right tackle is a number 7 overall pick from 2 years ago, J.C. Latham, that was a left tackle last year, and Bill Callahan, the Hall of Fame Bill Callahan,
Let me teach you how to
offensive
vibe.
line guru, moved him to right tackle. So you got 2 first-round picks, $80 million player, a $60 million player, and a $10 million a year guy. So it's not like you haven't invested a lot of money. When they came in with the original 53, they had 11 linemen on retainer. John Ojukwu, Oli Udoh, Corey Levin, Jackson Slater, Crenshaw Dixon, and Blake Hance. Now they got Drew Moss added into that equation. So the Tennessee Titans have spent money in the last 3 years, spent 2 first-round draft picks on the line. The problem is where you put them in the scheme. If you run slow developing plays, if you run the Wildcat on the one with Tony Pollard, if you run orbit reverse double throwback pass against the Houston Texans with Danielle Hunter, if you do things like this, the offensive line will look bad. Have they played to the level that we want them to? No. But I also think a big part of the scheme that they run has a lot to do. I think J.C. Latham came back at right tackle too soon off of his hip injury, because he played 2 quarters and injured his hip, and then came back after a month and played and tried to block Max Crosby, which wasn't smart because Oli Udoh was playing good at the time. I think they should have gave him more time, but the pressure of a coach that's about to get fired and a first-round draft pick that says he's ready, this is what you get, right? He said I was there in 2002. I was 2. Wow. I mean, you making me so old. Saints going to put Taysom Hill at QB against y'all, put any good player with a small injury on IR so they can lose. I mean, y'all might see Brandon Allen starting at quarterback for the Titans if we play the Saints. Yeah, with Nealon, that's tough. 2 times. Yeah, he did just score a touchdown on Monday Night Football. They haven't released any of the details of his death yet, but I mean that's absolutely crazy. Of hey, see, you bring your stuff. Okay. But you know, it's a crazy situation to look at of what they have spent on the line and where the line is at. Also, you start the season with Khalil Mullins on IR. He's still on IR. You start the season with Tajay Spears on IR. So you just have Tony Pollard and Julius Chestnut to start the season. Like, they literally started the season just behind the 8 ball, playing the Broncos, the Rams, the Texans, and the Colts your first 4 games. And they were in those games. It's just the point of the coaching is so bad. I would say this is the worst set of coaches the Titans have had in Nashville in my memory. This is the worst set of coaches the Titans have had. You calling Sky? We got the Sky. We got the Sienna takeover. It's too late to tank Dolphins, Raiders, Commanders, Browns, Giants. You got a new phone? Yes. This phone stays in. That phone stays in. So that's pretty much what you're looking at when you speak about the offensive line. I mean, the Tennessee Titans roster is just so bad. It's so poor. Worse than the 14 Titans. Yeah, I'd say this is the worst. I mean, to show rent, what we're looking at is that's $82 million. That's a first round pick. That's $60 million. That's $10 million. And that's a first round pick. The strength of this team is tight ends and backs when they're healthy. Calvin Ridley has been out for a month. You got Van Jefferson, Chimere Dike, Aomana. Bryce Oliver should be back, but I mean, you had James Prochet and Mason Kinsey at those spots. I mean, you look at the defense. Femi Oladejo's out. Arden Key should be back. Jeff Simmons should be back. But I mean, you got Darrell Baker Jr., Amar Davis, and Marcus Harris playing corner with Samuel Womack and Michael Robinson. Like, these are practice squad guys and special teamers that you got starting for your defense. What's wrong? What's wrong? You can't. Okay. You gonna take the phone out? Oh, there you go. Yep. That's truly it, though. I mean, okay, you gotta be quiet, okay? That's technically it, though. That's what's wrong with the Tennessee Titans. It's just a poor coaching and a roster that it's got so many holes and gonna have so many holes come off season. Yeah, she ready to play. Like, that's now y'all see, like, when Sky, when she was younger, I could have streamed 10 hours and y'all wouldn't have noticed she moved. She'd have been like a baby doll sitting in the seat. Sienna, if I try to go live during the day, like, ain't nothing happening, bro. Ain't nothing happening. Oh, everybody good. I appreciate you asking, bro. Very, very rare morning stream. I tried to get in with y'all while I had time. As y'all can see. He said the Titans just hurt right now. They're injured and they're not good. That's the best way I can say that. What, baby? What? We gotta put batteries in. I have to put battery later, okay? But I mean, like, you look at this, like, Xavier Woods. Oh, for sure, 2 times. Xavier Woods has been hurt. Arden Key has been out for a month. No Snead. They traded Brownlee Jr. and Roger McCreary. Simmons has been out for like 3 weeks. You just look across the board and see, like, if, like, you take that Ridley and Oliver being hurt, so you got Aomon, DK, and Van Jefferson. You really don't even have a 4th and 5th wide receiver. See, stop crying, okay? Daddy trying to work. Okay. I'll get you a battery later, okay? I don't know that they moving away from Barton. I mean, Cody Barton is making money. Yeah, lower stepping. I'm going up there and trying out for the team. Like, Cody Barton is on a 3-year, $20 million deal. Cody Barton is on a 3-year, $20 million deal. If they take out on him, you got to eat $6.5 million. Oh my God. So, I mean, you got to think, if you eat $6.5 million and you sign a $5 million middle linebacker, you lose. Like, you really got to let him, you got to let him play next season. He making $7 million a year, $9 million guaranteed. But the way they got it set up, like, why would you eat $6.5 million on a position you thin at, and then you still have to sign somebody else? Like, it don't matter if you drafted or not. Like, do you see this roster? Like, bro, I need y'all to be realistic sometime. Like, I don't need you to just be like where it don't make sense. Like, you have to make sense of it. You're gonna eat. He makes $7 million a year, so you're gonna eat a whole year draft somebody and have James Williams here. So let's say James Williams don't work or he's hurt. You gotta re-sign Dorian Mousey to play middle linebacker and not have no depth. Now who's on special teams? Like that doesn't make sense. Like you're gonna have to let Barton go and play next year and hope that Simmons and Sweat in front of him gives you better. You can draft somebody that can play later in the season. You might can move him by a trade deadline, but you can't. What's the purpose of having 140 million in cap and then just eat cap on every player out there and then spend money to replace that player? So if you eat 7 million on Cody Barton and then you turn around and sign a player for 5 million, you just threw away $11 million when you could have just let Cody Barton stay on the roster. Because if you cut him and eat 7 million, somebody else gonna sign him for league minimum. He's gonna go play. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I just think they in a situation where they got a lot of holes to fill. Munt, what up? I think they got a lot of holes to fill. And even if they like nail the draft, like I think his free agent draft board is gonna be just as big as I think his free agent draft board is going to be just as big as his regular draft board. And I think right now, that's why you see them signing a lot of practice squad guys. Because I think those practice squad... Sienna, stop yelling. Okay? I think they got a lot of practice squad guys because this is like a tryout. It's like they're having preseason all over again. I think that's honestly what they're doing. Draft, I wasn't spending money to replace him. You still have to pay the person you draft, right? So you're going to get a 3rd round middle linebacker to start next year next to Cedric Gray, and you're going to eat $7 million to draft a 3rd round linebacker to start. Like, does that make any sense to you? I don't like the fact they don't do deal for Tiz, because if you don't pick up his 5th year option, you let him walk for nothing. Makes no sense. They're not going to be able to pay him. Yeah, that's why you thought I was trolling, but I was like, I really think that they had to move Thibodeau. Because Brian Burns is going to probably end the season with number 1 in sacks if he don't get hurt. And then you already got Abdul Carter and Dexter Lawrence in the middle. Like, you trade Thibodeau and get good draft capital back for Thibodeau because they got to let him walk and put him on a 5th year option. And the 5th year option is going to be expensive. And y'all not playing for the playoffs. VR, what up? Like that's what I thought about some of the players that we had, like Chig. Like I knew that Roger and Chig might get moved because this is they final year. Draymond is on a 1-year deal. They got what they could get out of him, and then Key Sneed and really is all hurt. So it's like nobody trading for an injured player with 8 million, 28 million, 18 million. That's their cap hits. Like nobody trading for an injured player that's that expensive for 9 games. Oh, VR, you know we love it. Yeah, the 5th year option is gonna be like Micah Parsons for Thibodeau. They said, yeah, I know you wasn't trolling. I don't want to move him. We really had no choice. But see, y'all wanted a first back. I don't think the Titans is willing to give up a first. I don't think the Titans was willing to give up a first to get him back. Man, y'all give me 1 second. This girl is not going to sit down without this damn phone. Okay, Keith, you know we got the sticker. I don't think any team is giving a first for him, honestly. Nah. Not when you can just draft Ruben Bain or Arvell Reese. See, it's hard to give up a first round draft pick to get Thibodeau, and then you got to pay him $100 million. When you could just draft an edge rusher in the first round, and the dude's gonna make $8 million, $7 million. That's the tough part. But I would have taken Thibodeau. I just wouldn't have gave up a first. Now, a second round draft pick, I would have gave a second for Thibodeau because you solidify what you got. Because there's no guarantee that the second round is gonna work. I mean, we got Femi Oladejo. He was starting to come on and then he got hurt. He's on IR now. I don't know. Listening to Berganza, I don't think that Femi comes back this year. I mean, he had like a chip bone in his leg. I don't see him come back. It was like a fracture, like a small fracture. I don't think they risk it to bring him back this year. Snead, I think, is done with his injury. He re-injured his quad. I know it's kind of interesting when you look at what they could do. But I think when people were arguing with me about my free agent draft board, I was projecting the offseason because I've already looked at who's going to be available. This is going to be a trash free agent class. Thibodeau is like the crown jewel. And then there's Jalen Hyatt that's not a free agent, but a person that you could trade and bring in and work with. And then there, because he's talented, then you start thinking about like Jair, how much is left in the tank if you don't need him in a starting role, if you need him in like just a good guy in your DB room for cheap, $2 million. Was it a $4 million contract? But I mean, half of the season's been played. So, you know, when I look at like the players, I looked at like Rick Woolen. If the Titans got him halfway through the season, then he could finish the season but then I'm like, they're tanking. They'll pay more if they was to get Tariq Woolen in free agency, but then it'd be more suitors. He'd have to want to come then. You have to do visits and stuff and spend more money. I definitely like the Ravens to get Woolen. See, that's the problem we would run into if the Titans didn't make a move for guys like Jalen Hyatt, Thibodeau, Jalen Phillips. You make a move and get them early and bring him in and extend him. If you go to offseason, Jalen Phillips, Tariq Woolen, Kayvon Thibodeau, none of these guys are gonna want to come to Nashville. Jalen Hyatt might because it's Tennessee and he get a chance to really get to compete for a starting position. But outside of that, like Jair doesn't come to Nashville. Like you got to try to get some of these guys while you can. And I just don't see anybody on that top 50 board of free agents that wants to come to Nashville. No, the Dolphins didn't want to move Waddle. They wanted to move Waddle at the last minute. Like somebody probably would have made a move for Minkah Fitzpatrick and Waddle, but they didn't want to move them. Then they fired their GM. The other GM was like, man, we'll trade anybody because your two biggest, most expensive pieces is Tyreek Hill and Tua, and you can't move them. Just like the Cardinals. The Cardinals is going to have to eat some to move on from Kyler Murray. Only way they can offset that is by getting a rookie deal quarterback to offset and just say, like, they're not going to have the benefit of the extra money of a rookie deal quarterback, but it offsets itself and it gives you a chance to move on. Because it didn't work. It didn't work, man. I mean, they signed Jair to add him to the room, and then it didn't work out in the way that they wanted him to play. So getting some trade value back out of somebody that you had other options for makes sense. I mean, they also didn't expect to be like 1-5 at the time that they traded him either, with Lamar Jackson hurt. Should have traded Tia to the Dolphins for Waddle. The Dolphins can't take on no more contracts though. See, the Dolphins is minus 25 million in cap space. You have to trade Thibodeau to a team that can get him and extend him. Like the Dolphins don't have nothing. Like, and then bringing in Waddle would be cool, but it don't help y'all this year. Y'all best move would have been to move Thibodeau and get a big pick back from a big trade package back for Thibodeau. That would have been y'all best move. Like trading for players for, like trading for a player that you're not going to extend, trading for a player that just you want to because he's a good player, don't work for our teams right now. Like I get that. You know what I'm saying? I just know for my team, the people that I said go after was people that you could extend for the future, not necessarily just a good player to come in. Because you don't buy play. You're not the Dallas Cowboys. Is the only team that is buying players when they're losing. You had to get your coffee. I mean, Jeff, the Cowboys is expected to be minus 80 in projected cap. Y'all gonna have to lose probably 3-star players. Y'all should have been selling. Y'all was buying. That's a perfect example. Teams that aren't winning should sell. Teams that are winning should buy. The Colts bought. The Cowboys was buying as if they was in the Colts position. But the Giants should have moved Thibodeau. The Jets should have moved Breece Hall though. They should have. They should have took the 4th. Giants should be 4-4. Would you really want to be 4-4? With no neighbors and no Scatterbo, would you really want to be 4-4? Or would you want a better draft pick? Because there's no chance y'all like got playoff hopes this year. Like y'all competing and doing good with a team that's rebuilding. Like I just don't see the, like as fans we want to win, but in realistic fashion it's like it's not gonna make too much difference for the development of the young players. Yes, you want to win, but you want a better draft pick. You want a better situation for next year. He said getting the projections. That's if y'all keep everybody, Jeff. I mean, Jeff, where do you see that the Dallas Cowboys going to have free money? Like, have you looked at y'all contracts? Like, I don't know if you looked at y'all contracts to see who getting paid what in Dallas. He said they keep holding Dapo to this high status. This is what he did with Josh Allen, but being that Josh Allen everywhere, not him. Dart is looking good. Dart is looking good, but you also don't want to see a young quarterback run so much. Dabo has created an environment for Jackson Dart to play his game and learn. That's what an NFL coach is supposed to do. How Cam Ward looked for the Titans is a coaching staff to have no clue of playing or what they want to do with a young quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference. Like Dabo knows what he wants to do with his quarterback. He knows how he wants them to play. Like we don't have any kind of scheme or system. Honestly, Dart is doing what Danny was doing when he came in with all the running. He's just not turning the ball over. Yep. And y'all defense with Dart is like 10 times better than the defense was when Danny was there minus Saquon. So the years that Danny was playing without Saquon, y'all defense is nowhere near what y'all defense is now with Dart. Let's say, all right. You can send all the websites. I don't need to look at the website. I'm looking at the contract. I mean, Jeff, let me save you the problem. Go to Spotrac. Spotrac has every contract. I'm looking at y'all contracts. I don't need to look at a website or a Twitter feed. I can go look at his contract. Dak Prescott doesn't have an out until 2028. He's a $74 million cap hit next season. I don't need a website to look and see he has a $74 million cap hit. This year he has a $50 million cap hit. So Dak Prescott by himself is a $74 million cap hit. Y'all can't move him to 28. Like we can just go down the line. We can click on CD Lamb. We can go look at CD Lamb's contract. He doesn't have it out to 2028. CD Lamb in 26, a $38 million cap hit. CD Lamb and Dak Prescott is $38 million and $74 million on the cap hit. Like I don't know if we need to look at, do we need to continue looking at everything else or we good? Do we need to continue looking? You see what I'm saying? Like y'all to be able to sign George Pickens, which I don't think y'all gonna be able to resign George Pickens. Like there's no, how is it gonna work? Quentin Williams, $21 million cap hit. Osa, $20 million cap hit. You see what I'm saying, Jeff? Like we don't need to look at nothing other than just look at their contracts to see all these people can't stay. Secondary is atrocious. Comments on the Patriots later. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying something cross somewhere. We the Dodgers in the NFL. We created $1 billion roster. Like, but you can't have $1 billion roster. You still have, like, you realize like George Pickens got to get paid something around what T. Higgins has got paid, right? Like you gotta pay Pickens what Higgins just got 4 years, $115 million. He's on a $25 to $30 million cap hit right now. There's no way George Pickens signs back with y'all for less than that. Like who's staying and who's going is the problem. Is why were y'all buying when y'all should be selling? You see what I'm saying? Like, why were y'all buying when y'all should be selling? And Logan Wilson has to get paid. Like, how much of this is y'all willing to cut and keep? You said I'm seeing a franchise tag. Franchise tag on who? Who y'all franchise tagging? You see what I'm saying? Like y'all should have been selling. And I've been saying this since the end of last year, but y'all are still buying. Like, it doesn't make sense. But you realize Logan Wilson left because he wanted to get paid. Like, he's unhappy. He wanted to get out. Logan Wilson is on a 4-year, $36 million contract. He's got an out in 2026. I know what y'all about to do. Y'all better take the out on Logan Wilson. Y'all better take the out on Logan Wilson. But I'm saying, why did y'all get him in the first place, though? Are y'all following my point? Why would you want him in the first place? Logan Wilson got an out after this year. Logan Wilson got an out after this year. Bro, if y'all traded a pick just to get him for the rest of the season to take the out and let him walk, like what is y'all doing? It's something to do with Monday night game, bro. He had a welfare check at home last night. Police didn't make contact. The line, I'm saying, like, what is adding Logan Wilson to y'all linebackers gonna do for y'all? Just like, bruh is already he already 29 years old. Like I just y'all should have been selling, bro. Like y'all was buying when y'all should have been selling. I just need the Cowboy faithful to come to grips on that. Y'all should have been selling when y'all was buying. Y'all should have been selling. He said, Logan not walking, bro. Where do you come up with this, Jerry, comparing him to Leighton Van Der Esch? Okay, I have. You tell me, who's walking? Look, you tell me. Maybe I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Maybe I have like no understanding of how football works. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'm the idiot here. The Dallas Cowboys clearly all y'all know better than me about what I'm looking at. If you got a $74 million cap hit on your quarterback and a $38 million cap hit on your receiver and a $20 million cap hit on Quentin Williams and a $20 million cap hit on Osa, who's leaving and who's staying if you sign George Pickens? Who's leaving and staying? Y'all got an out on Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark has a $2 million cap hit this year. How are you going to flip Kenny Clark? How are you going to flip him? He has an out. Kenny Clark just walks. You want Tolbert? It said you gonna do something with Tolbert. He's on a rookie deal. Tolbert makes $1 million. What is that gonna do? Diggs. Let's go down here to Diggs. Where's Diggs at? Man, Diggs is average salary 1.5 million. What we doing with this? You don't save him when he ain't a cap hit to you already. He just walks. He said lose Steele, lose Diggs. Okay. Let's lose Steele. All right, let's lose Terrence Steele. He has a 26 out. Y'all could eat $9 million on Terrence Steele. All right, you could eat half of his cap is $18 million next year. you can eat 9 million, but then you still gotta have another right tackle. Like, do y'all see what we doing? Do we see what we doing? Do we see what we doing? Duct tape on the boat. 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 Like, y'all see what we do? I just let y'all cut. Y'all cut like $15 million. Like, Keith, like, somebody with some sense. Like, Keith, like, it makes sense. Dak is y'all best player right now. He's playing at an MVP level. Trade Dak Prescott. Convince him that a better home will be better for him, and put Joe Milton in at QB. Get somebody to buy his contract. That's y'all best option. Or if not, George Pickens is gonna walk to free agency. Y'all gonna be stuck with a bunch of old defensive players and back in the same position when you could have just been selling instead of buying. He said Nate Thomas. Okay, so you're gonna eat $9 million, put Nate Thomas in, and then you still have to sign somebody to play right tackle behind Nate Thomas. You see, are you following me? You're gonna eat $9 million to let a right tackle go, to put another right tackle in, and still have to go sign another right tackle. Even if the other right tackle makes league minimum, you lose $10 million in trying to shuffle. You see what I'm saying? Like, either you finna have a bad offensive line with good skill players and a bad defense. Like, y'all are just like the Bengals is. Yeah, one of the desperate quarterback needy teams will take Dak Prescott right now. Like, y'all in a, like, bro, when I said 75 million in the cap hit for Dak Prescott and 38 for CeeDee Lamb, and then I went to 21 with Quentin Williams. When I start going down, and it's like 20, 30, 70, like, bro, like, teams ain't built like this. He said Nate and Brock Hoffman is depth. I'm saying, like, my team just did that. We ate $7.5 million to cut Cheeto. And then we signed his replacement that he replaced in Baltimore, Amar Davis and Baker Jr. and Samuel Womack and Micah Robinson. And where are we at as a secondary? When you have to just start eating contracts to put players in, it don't work, right? Y'all is putting duct tape on the boat. Even if I make all these moves that y'all saying make right now, the Dallas Cowboys is still not going to go to the playoffs in, like, this year. You should be selling. Y'all could have sold and loaded draft picks in and relieve some of these contracts, sign the players you want to sign, and trade some people in the offseason. But now, like, y'all finna just wind up eating cap and cutting people by y'all standards to try to replace them. You still going to have to pay the people you replace them with. You cut a $6 million player. Like, that's how, like, and it's just not just for y'all. I said this for my team. She'd want to cut Cody Barton. So you're going to eat $7 million and you still have to draft and still have to sign a free agent to play in his place. You might as well just let him play. Like, you might as well just let him play and hope the person you draft can outplay him and you could trade him in the future. You can't eat money at every position across the board. You're going to eat a right tackle. You're going to eat a receiver. You're going to eat a defensive tackle. You're going to eat a cornerback. You're going to eat every position across the board and still be in the same spot. He said Pickens not going nowhere. He not trying to play. I mean, Hap, like, you do realize that, like, what if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers say, hey, George Pickens, we got 30 million from it. He's leaving y'all to yesterday. Yeah, you realize that, right? There's other good teams that have good quarterbacks that could take George Pickens and do more with him than what y'all are doing and win games. Like, I think y'all have to understand that at some point. He said all they got to do is draft a defensive player and a running back. Bro, like, watching y'all get beat by the Cardinals on prime time, do you think, like, one defensive player and a running back is going to change the difference between that? Like, you keep putting duct tape on this boat, man. I'm telling you, you could put makeup and a dress on a pig. It's still a pig. Like, bro, I don't get it. Like, Cowboy fans got to be like, y'all like top tier delusional. Top tier delusional. We just need a running back and a defensive player, not in the position. Just, I mean, we need a defensive player and a running back. And like, bro, like, what is this? What is this? He said, all right, you're right, bro. I'm gonna say Buddha's right. I'm saying the teams, like, they're like the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens. Those teams are shooting for the playoffs. Now the Colts. These teams is shooting for a run. If those teams go get one player, it could be the difference in their run and not their run. For all the rest of us who are picking in the top 10, in the top half of the draft last year, we need more than one player. And we need to make smart decisions with the roster. And if we see that we 3-5-1 or 1-7 or 2-6, we should be selling at the trade deadline, trying to get as many draft picks and sign to free up as much cap space as possible, building a young roster for next year and the year after. Should not be caught up trying to play catch up. Because no matter what y'all do right now,
Let me
Eagles
teach you how
are
to
going to win
vibe.
y'all division. They're going to make another run in the playoffs, and they have 8 picks in the first 5 rounds, and they got money freed up. And most of their players, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, all these guys are young. They're all young. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't be in a position where your team is getting older and more of a hodgepodge of players. You want a drafted, developed team that plays and competes on a consistent basis. DK, what's the word? Broncos is a perfect example of what y'all could be if y'all do what the Broncos did. Broncos got rid of Russ. They got rid of Simmons. They got rid of Jerry Jeudy. They got rid of a lot of players, drafted Bo Nix and started, and now they got a young defense built around Surtain and Benito and like
Let me
those
teach you how
guys.
to vibe.
Then they brought in Greenlaw and brought in Talanoa Hufanga and drafted RJ Harvey, you know, and Franklin, like, and brought in Evan Ingram. Like, that's how you do it. You don't do it the way that y'all trying to do. Is just like this one player gonna change everything. Y'all need a running back. The Jets didn't want to trade Breece Hall. Y'all offered a 4th. They wanted a 3rd. Breece Hall in Kansas City would have been crazy. Working with them trades for next year. But y'all best chance to free up cap space to keep y'all team together is to let like three players. I just showed you 3 players that got out. Like, you're gonna have to let guys walk. You should have been trading at the deadline to get rid of those people now instead of after y'all lost that game to the Cardinals. Like, all these people that got outs, y'all should have traded. Trading for Logan Wilson when he has an out next season that you're probably gonna need to take makes no sense. Yes, because they decided to rip the Band-Aid off and start over, DK. Like, I like when teams realize that they gotta restart through the draft and through young talent. But yeah, that's what you gotta do. T Ruff, what up? Man, look, that's a little hour on the daytime shop. Appreciate y'all tapping in. My daughter is like super restless right now. She not gonna sit still, so I'll probably take her to the park or something, get high, let her burn a little juice off. We'll be back for the Thursday night game. Yeah, fourth quarter comeback was crazy. So if y'all follow tap in on Kick and Twitch, man, y'all catch the night stream. We'll be live with it. He said, "Wait, I'm confused. Y'all didn't start over." We've like, bro, are you serious? Like you joking right now? Or you being serious? Like, this is the first year of the rebuild. They drafted a quarterback. They fired the GM. There's a new GM in there. This is his first year. The coach got fired week 5. They should have fired the coach with the GM and had a new coach starting this year. This is year 1 of the rebuilds ain't like what y'all think that like. He said the Rams didn't start over. Like, when did the Rams need to rebuild? They won a Super Bowl 3 years ago. Their biggest contract retired. They drafted Jared Verse and Braden Fisk the next year. They let Cooper Kupp go and they added in Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. They stars are drafted stars. Jared Verse, Puka Nacua, Jordan Whittington, those are guys they drafted. They got rid of all their old players. They still have their quarterback who's going in the Hall of Fame. Like, do we be on different planets? We be on different wavelengths or what? Cam Ward is a first round draft pick. Will Levis was a second round draft pick. Drafted by a GM and a coach that are no longer with us. Sienna, back. No. Go sit down. Daddy working, okay? Drafting a second round quarterback when Tannehill was still making $35 million a year is not a rebuild. Right? I just need to know. Like, y'all be making this easy for me. We drafted Malik Willis and Will Levis when Ryan Tannehill was still making $30 million a year. I don't know if that's considered a rebuild, considering that John Robinson drafted Malik Willis and Rand Carthon drafted Will Levis, and neither one of them are in Tennessee. Mike Bergonzi's on his first year. That was his first presser by himself yesterday. Like, I don't know that. I need to know that we like on the same plane. Yeah, and it's not working for y'all that y'all GM is y'all owner, because he's making emotional decisions. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's making decisions based off being drunk in the booth with Stephen A. Smith, not off what makes sense. Like, I'm just being honest to say that, like, in Nashville, we're saying now, after this first presser, we're going to roll with what Bergonzi is going to try to do for the next 2 years. He drafted Cam Ward. He's going to hire his coach. He's going to hire his own coaching staff. He's going to run the team for a couple years. And if it don't work, when Bergonzi, if either he's going to make it work or they're going to fire him and the coach that came with him, and Cam Ward's contract is going to end. They're going to start over. Like, that's how a rebuild works. It means the GM, the head coach, and the quarterback are all attached to each other. And when one goes, they all go. That's the problem. So the Titans is not in the same spot as they was last year. Rand Carthon's deals are up. L'Jarius Sneed ends this year. Ridley's ends this year. Arden Keyes ends this year. Everybody that came with Rand Carthon contracts will go. Roger McCreary is gone. Chiga Quanko is probably gone at the end of this season. Like, everybody that came with Rand is all going to be gone. Jarvis Brownlee is gone. Only people left from Rand Carthon will be Tavondre Sweat and Cedric Gray. And Peter Skoronski. That's it. Everybody else is out of there. But if y'all want to come back and lose some more tonight, shop will be open, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in and chop it up, man.